Hello everybody, my name is Pravus and welcome back to Plague Inc. Evolved Custom Scenarios. And on today's agenda we had some requests from a couple of authors. Let's see if I can find one. There it is. Dawn of Madness, and then next week we will get to Supernatural Virus. The year is 2035, and the world has changed. More corruption, less freedom, and complete slavery from the 1% that controls most of the world. Oh yes, that gosh dang 1%. Mwah! One day, someone had enough, and that person got a mental breakdown. Only one? I'm amazed. And the host felt like spreading it to others. So the system that does tyranny breaks down. Can you, perhaps, make everyone mentally ill? Or do you want to be brutal? Is mentally ill not brutal? I feel like it is. Mega brutal is possible. This is the first plague I've made. Do not take this plague seriously. I really don't have a kid. I understand why people put disclaimers like this. I guess I'm just kind of mad that this is necessary, that people put things like this in here. Because otherwise, everyone gets so butthurt. Alright, features multiple events, fixed 1s and 5 combos, many new symptoms to choose from, each with its own uniqueness and use. New abilities, awkward spread of madness, spend your DNA points the smart way, different mental illnesses to choose from, changed almost all countries, name pop stats, it's act, lots of minor stuff. Okay, well, let's see what you got here. This, ooh, it's a Neurax worm, okay. I guess, yeah, it makes sense. Something that affects you directly in the brain and mental illness. Sure, why not? A Prion also would have been acceptable. ATP boost, Darwinist, Terrasite, Extremophile, Transstasis sounds good to me. We'll play it on normal difficulty. Didn't we have this last time? Okay, we're gonna call it Invasive Complaint. Invasive complaints about the 1% system that we have. The world has changed. The world is in complete martial law because of the New World Order gosh dang globalists. People are living in smart cities, and some of them are touring crazy because of it. Can you spread the madness and perhaps create a new world? I like this picture, by the way. That's kind of creepy and cool at the same time. I like it a lot. Malcavs will change everything. The first Malcav have a hard time to spread the madness upon another. I don't know what a Malcav is. So make sure to spend your points well to spread across the world. You win either through killing anyone at all? I win by killing anyone in the world. Okay, 1 death I win. Or make the Malcavs dominate the world. So, Transcendence victory type. Got it. We're going to start off... Oh, wait. I was going to start off in Saudi Arabia, but only has 2,000 population. Wow! Proper wasteland. Okay. We need to think of something new. New Taurid? Fourth Reich? Francius? United Isles? Rome? Swaziland, New Yugoslavia, Moscovia, like Muscovy, Samaland, Swiostan. Wow, there really are a whole bunch of unique names. Indus, Southeast Union, Greater China as opposed to Lesser China. Animistan? Some of these I'm kind of curious where like the basis of these names come from. Spideria, yes, Australia, land of the killer spiders. I have no idea. Pacific Union, Brasilius, that makes sense. The United States is a wasteland, how dare you? Canada's fine, as normal. Canada didn't get involved. Aztecia. Portland. United Pirate Federation, now I want to go there. North Brasilius. Oh, of course, the New World headquarters are in frickin' Greenland. Of course they are. Where else would they be? Alright, we need to find a place that's got a good population that's actually poor. I mean, Brazil seems like an okay start so far. Egypt sounds pretty good. Alright, we're going to start off in Egypt. I think a lot of airports are moved or gone. Like, take a look at Saudi Arabia. There's only a port, no airport. Now, see, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense. It's a wasteland with only 2,000 people living there. Why would they have a thriving airport? See, this is an author who's done some due diligence here. Okay, I'm impressed so far. Let's see if you can keep it up. Oh, wow. All right, Swim 1. The host learns to swim and has a slight chance of the urge to swim to another country just for fun. Smiley face. Okay, Fly Away. Malcavs start to use the internet to order airplane ticket to another country because they are getting bored of their home country. Okay, Land Travel. Travel as groups to travel together to another country on foot. Madness likely to spread on land. I'm kind of curious if this swim thing actually infects a random new country, but we'll find out. Objectophilia. Malkovs now like to kiss on inanimate objects. Weird. Likely to spread madness in furniture shops. Also, toy stores and bookstores and pretty much anything retail related. Increase infectivity in rich countries. Zoophilia. The Malkovs now suddenly feel attracted to livestock. Increases infectivity in rural nations. Creepy. Pedophilia. Oh, hey now. The Malkovs now like to hang around children in urban areas. Okay, this just took a bit of a dark turn there, but alright. Look at that imposing, terrifying figure right there that shall haunt children's dreams. Symptoms. Flat effect. Reduces the emotional expressiveness in Malkovs. Oh, that sounds a little bit like me. Mild anxiety. Sounds like my wife. The Malkovs are now feeling a little worried without any cause. This increased the chance of the host to seek contact with family, effective in the rural places. Joy. The host suddenly feels a sense of joy at the insides. Joy at the insides. And that life just feels a little easier. Less likely to seek contact with a psychologist. Yeah, why would you go to a psychologist if you're feeling great? Fine and dandy. I'm feeling well. I'm happy. Impulsive behavior. The Malkovs now have less control over themselves, and they are acting more wild because of the lack of forethought over their actions. I'm going to guess that all 4 of these lead to some sort of different, like, victory or something. I don't know. We do start off with racing thoughts, insomnia, multiple personalities, and the true self. How can you have multiple personalities and then the true one personality? I don't know. Abilities. Oh my gosh, there's even more here. All right, snow, warmth, and drug addiction. Good for the rich. Sometimes share a joint with other dudes. I like how they added dudes there. Desert Malkovs, better in the desert dry worlds. Social skills. Decreases severity. Okay. Poor beggar. Organized vomiting. Organized vomiting. What is this like a flash mob? Everyone's like, all right. At the count of 3, we all vomit in a random public space. I don't know. The Malkovs are now on the mountains, vomiting in the air to spread the madness particles to random countries. Spores, 3. Wow. All right, good. So, we've talked about a lot of stuff here. Let's try, where did we start? We started in a poor place. Let's start with land travel and zoophilia in rural nations, and also fly away. We'll worry about getting possibly a free random country from the water in a little bit. But we're in Egypt, which means we actually probably want to also go for desert Malkovs, so we are better in the desert and dry areas of the world. YouTube censorship! No! More and more people are losing their channels and getting their videos taken down by YouTube. This is the globalists' first step to martial law. Gosh, that's terrifying because it already seems to be happening through the ad campaigns and other forms of YouTube, I won't say censorship per se, but restrictions and stuff like that. Actually, it's interesting because I know a lot of people have complained about the changes to YouTube's algorithm and how they're getting less ad revenue and stuff, and the big channels are all upset about it, but they're like, yeah, small channels who are non-controversial should be fine. No, guys, I've been watching my income from YouTube steadily decreasing a lot lately. Like, it's almost cut down to half of what it was before. The YouTube ad rates are just terrible right now. Can't decide how much of that is just because, you know, it's that time of the year, and how much of it has to do with all the major corporations that are pulling their ads. I don't know. Let's go for some more swimming and stuff like that. Captains. The Malkovs now learn on how to drive the airplane or boat by themselves. Much more likely to spread by land or air. Whoa! Whoa, whoa, whoa! What was that? That was amazing. Okay, let's go for... Oh, hey, we unlocked zoophilia 2. Attracted to all sorts of animals. Terrifying. Let's go for objectophilia as we get to some wealthier areas. Thing is, I don't know what's wealthy and what's not anymore, so I'm just going to kind of get a good mix of stuff because you never freaking know. I guess I could go for this if I had to, but I'd rather avoid it. Let's go for zoophilia. And I probably will grab social skills to reduce severity a little bit. You never know how hard this scenario is going to be. And I want to make sure that we're less likely to get detected and kind of screwed over. I will go for some drug resistance again, because I don't know where all the wealthy nations are, so let's make sure that it doesn't screw us over. Go for some snow, maybe? I will say, as much as I'm upset that the United States is a wasteland, I guess it means the United States put up a fight against the globalist 1% New World Order. In that case, I'm actually proud of my country. Well frickin' done. Let's go for some more warmth. I probably should go for organized vomiting at some point, but let's hold off on that. You never know if we're going to have some islands that give us trouble. I'm looking at you, Greenland. It's always freaking Greenland, isn't it? Okay, so I guess we probably should start working down a path We could go down flat effect and make everyone a bunch of sociopaths. Anxiety, make them just a nervous wreck. More like animals, or just euphoric. Let's go for mild anxiety. Why not? Effective in rural areas, general anxiety. Much more likely to seek contact with family and friends, which I imagine greatly increases infectivity. Bulimia nervosa. The Malcavs are now suffering from an eating disorder, which results in undereating to binge eating. Oh, from undereating to binge eating some Big Macs from McRonald. Didn't want to get sued there, huh? Alright, fine. Confusion. All of this worrying and thinking had made the Malcavs confused in everyday life. Alrighty. Well, so far I actually kind of like this scenario, I'm not going to lie. Let's go to impulsive behavior. Why not? Lack of empathy. The Malcavs can't get into other people's to feel what they are feeling. This makes Malcavs to do crime more often. I'm gonna guess here. I was about to say go out on a limb, but I've said that way too many times today. I'm gonna guess that the author of this is not a native speaker of English. Just gonna guess that. And that's not a bad thing. It's perfectly fine. Again, I have the greatest respect for people who are able to learn multiple languages because I am woefully inept at that. I'd like to be able to, but I can't. Still, it makes me feel a little bit better about myself being able to correct people on at least my own language, so there you go. Madness reshuffle. I'm guessing this is just a genetic reshuffle. There's also drug addiction level 3, really good in the rich areas, also some urban. Do you want to go for social skills and reduce our severity even further? Not really. We're kind of getting to a point where I think the extra severity will be fine. Looking at these resistances and wondering if that would be helpful, I'm not seeing any Transcendence victory thus far, which kind of makes me a little bit worried. We could go for confusion, I guess, or bulimia. Let's go for bulimia. That leads to tooth decay, very infective, a little bit of lethality. Obesity, the Malcavs are now fat. They don't even fit in their new clothes. Their grandpa bought them. Why specifically their grandpa? I don't know. Anorexia nervosa. The Malcavs don't even bother to eat. They are now McRonald racist, and they start to raid the building across the world. They're racist against all McDonald's. Frickin' clowns. Terrifying things. I mean, I guess that explains why there's pedophilia on this one, too. Hypersexuality. They would literally sleep with anything they see. Weird. Alright, land travels. Countless YouTube videos on how to use a car. I guess we'll grab that and objectophilia, too. Flat effects. Kind of wishing I had gotten some, symptostasis right about now, but alright. Why and how? More and more people are showing less emotions for no reason. Doctors don't know the cause yet, but this phenomena is getting worse. Why did this specific one get a pop-up? Not too sure. Paranoia. That seems pretty normal. I'm looking for a Transcendence victory, but I'm not seeing it. I may have little choice but to start killing people because they're working on that cure pretty quick. I'm a little concerned about that. How many countries are we missing? None. Alright, so I guess we don't need to have the spores effect. Let's just go for some lethality at this point. I'm going to go for tooth decay and obesity. We'll try to kill some people and get some more DNA, because they're working on that cure really fast all of a sudden. Holy crap. Heart attacks would be fine. Or anorexia would be fine, but I don't have the DNA for any of that right now. Uh-oh. Yeah, I'm thinking we may need the symptostasis to have a good shot at this one. Let's go for anorexia. Half full, half empty. The Malcavs are now being split into two new groups. Type A, who suffer from obesity, and Type B, who are anorexic. Oh, good. I'm glad you recognized that there was going to be a conflict between the whole obesity and anorexic thing. This results in the doctors being more confused by the illness, making a cure harder. Well, that didn't help much. Yeah, I think we need to go for symptostasis on this one because, I don't know. So far that seems a little bit difficult, you know? Unless I can go for... Let's go for a Madness Reshuffle 1 and 2, and let's just see if this helps. No, it did absolutely freaking nothing. We almost had the entire world infected anyway, apparently, but alright. I'm going to try this one again, this time going with the symptostasis and see what happens. Well, we seem to be making some pretty good progress this time around. One thing I changed is I did go down the joy route a little bit sooner just to try to reduce severity so they wouldn't catch me, because it does seem that once they do get you, they start working on that cure really quickly. So, let's see what happens there. Micro-apartment crisis. People that lives in rural areas is being forced out by banks to live in micro-apartments in smart cities. Therefore, they are being tracked 24 hours a day. In about 2 years, everyone would live in a tiny box. Well, that just seems downright heartless now, doesn't it? Okay, so there's Mania. I guess we'll do that because it's super duper effective. Rebellion, slightly lethal. Pretty darn high severity, though. Bulimia, I guess we'll grab that preemptively so we can go toward anorexia if we want to later. New minor disease is spreading. They finally detected me, but we have most of the world already infected. Do we have every country? We're missing Norwegian, Iceland, and Sweden. So, Iceland and Sweden. Got it. Could go for some more infectivity, but I'm thinking we need to save up our DNA to go for some lethality, to be honest. Let's hold off just a little bit longer, give them an opportunity to get into these places, like Sweden. Haven't gotten into Iceland, which really surprises me. I feel like we ought to have gotten into them by now. Let's get some more drug resistance and cold resistance. That should help. There we go. Now we're in Sweden. And they're working pretty quickly on that frickin' cure. Smart thought. Under construction in Canada. Bill Hates now funded a big project in Canada that will control people's thoughts and emotions through this big server cloud. Isn't smart technology awesome? You will never have to think again, he said in an interview. Sorry. Oh, Bill Gates. I never trusted that guy. Alright, so I guess we should just go for some lethality now that we have everything. Let's go for Rebellion. It's super duper effective. Let's also grab... I would love to grab Anorexia, but we may have to go for Tooth Decay for the maxed out infectivity at this point, just kind of help us through. Yeah, really having a lot of trouble with this scenario right now, just because everything's so expensive. That's sort of the problem I'm running into. What's this? Occultish behavior. Oh! Grab this one. The Malkavs finally realized that their god Malik is the true god of this universe. That sounds like it could very well be the, Transcendence victory I'm looking for. Global peace. They live in harmony with each other. They resist the cure at all costs. Global Malkav order. It is now time for the Malkavs to strike the world to get rid of the 1% and create a new world that the Malkavs control. Schizophrenia. Yeah, we need a lot more DNA. Yeah, I'll give this one more shot, because I think, well, maybe not. We're about to... Let's try it. Global Malkav order. If we can just infect everyone in the world, are we good to go? Infected worship them. Okay. Just missing a little bit in the Crusaders' freaking order. Ah! Okay, hang on. We'll go for global peace next to try and reduce cure progress. We just need to buy ourselves some time. They're slowing down on that cure a lot because we grabbed this. Thank God for that. It's also nice to see some of the Shadow Plague icons getting used. We don't see that often enough these days. Yeah, so I want this global peace thing. Never mind, we've enslaved humanity. 93%, but that was really close. Woo! Okay, we did it. Huzzah! Alright, 3 stars, 94,000 points, 429 days. I'm gonna go ahead and say that that's pretty good. So, yeah, actually, this is a really, really good scenario. I love how much customization there is. I like that there's unique, you know, air and sea travel routes and stuff like that. Renaming everything kind of makes some sense. Few wastelands that actually reduce the population to practically nothing. Lots of custom symptoms, lots of custom transmission. Like, the author clearly put a ton of thought into this scenario, and I'm very impressed by that. The only thing that I might recommend are some slight adjustments to the cost of symptoms especially. Because even with the symptostasis, I was having a heck of a time getting what I needed. And had I not known, well, I guess I didn't know, but had I not found that the joy route was going to lead to transcendence, that would have been pretty bad for me. You know, had I gone down the anxiety or the wild route, I probably would have been screwed. So I would tone down the costs a little bit, maybe check the balance, make sure that by making it cheaper, you're not ramping up your infectivity and severity too quickly. You might have to reduce the effectiveness of the individual symptoms, but by making it cheaper, you're kind of rebalancing and giving people more options. That's my recommendation there. Otherwise, though, this is a fantastic attempt at a scenario here. First attempt, color me impressed. Yes, I would absolutely recommend that to others. Well done. Hope other people will go and check that out as well and give you a better rating. Thank you all very much for watching. I do hope that you enjoyed. If so, then be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And I, as always, will see you guys next time.